it's James from the Canadian Urban Garden. I just received my seed potatoes from Tournesol, and I have 4 different varieties, and we're going to plant them 2 different ways today. What are seed potatoes? Well, they're potatoes that you can select yourself or you can get from a seed grower that are specifically designed for seeds. They're guaranteed to be free of diseases and that sort of thing. I'm just going to bring you in closer and you can take a look at a seed potato. So these little things here, where you can see the plants starting to sprout, are called chits. And each one of them will grow a potato plant. So I have way too many seed potatoes for how much space I have. So I'm actually going to have to give a bunch of them away. But if you have a lot of space, you can take a seed potato like that. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 big chits on it. You can cut it in half and leave those halves out to dry so that where you cut scabs over, and then you can plant 2 different plants from 1 seed potato if you want. I don't have that problem. I have the opposite problem. I bought way too many for what I'm going to do. But here are the varieties. I have a Roco. It's a red potato with white flesh. I have Russian blue. You can see how purple that is and how many chits are on there. That one I'm going to plant for sure. I have Amorosa. So this is a red potato with a pink flesh, and it's a fingerling variety, long and skinny like that. And French fingerling, which is a smaller potato, but they're very delicious when they're new potatoes. So today we're going to plant those 4 different varieties of potatoes 2 different ways, and there's a reason for that. Last year I grew potatoes in 10-gallon grow bags like that. I didn't get that great of a harvest, but I'm not giving up on the grow bags. What I'll do is I'll plant some potatoes in a 30-gallon grow bag just like that, and I'll show you how to grow them in there. But what happened was a squirrel came and took one of those potatoes and then buried it in my tomato bed, and that potato actually had the best harvest off of it, that plant. So we're going to take a cue from the squirrel, and we're going to bury some directly in the in-ground bed where I have some peas, some peas and some cabbage growing already. So the first move you got to do is to make a trench. This is going to be a bit difficult because I've already got the squirrel fence going on there. But you dig down about 6 inches. And potatoes, like everything else, will enjoy a loose, well-draining soil. But they can grow in all kinds of conditions. They originally come from Peru, where they're grown in the mountains, and there's thousands of different varieties and colors there. You just dig a 6-inch deep trench. Oops. Oh dang. I'll have to fix that later. So we have our 6-inch deep trench dug here. And what I'm going to do for these ones is do what the squirrel did. And just put one about every foot. So I have one right against the edge. That one was a Amorosa. And a foot later, I'll put a French fingerling, then a Roco, and then the Russian blue. And you want to try to see where the chits are. If they're growing a bit like that, if they're growing up, just make them face up. It'll give them a bit of a head start. I'll do another fingerling, another Roco, another Russian blue, and maybe I'll be crowding that cabbage. You see that? Those are peanuts. Those are coming from my neighbor's window. via a squirrel and planted directly in my garden. And the last one is the Amarosa, or French fingerling, whichever one I just didn't say. And then you just bury them over. And they're gonna take a while to grow, to come up. And for those ones, when they come up, I'm gonna mulch them over like I have for these cabbage and the onions and the garlic. But I'm not gonna hill them up. And if you're wondering what hill them up means, I'll show you in the other way that we're gonna plant. And the other way I'm gonna grow the potatoes is in this 30-gallon grow bag from a company in Montreal called Micro Habitat. I find they're really excellent quality grow bags. I had good results with them for most things last year, and so they're my go-to grow bag. We're going to use some of the soil that's 1/3 compost, 1/3 peat moss, and 1/3 perlite that we made in another video that we'll show you. So you take some of your soil mix, you put it in the bottom of your grow bag. Maybe 3 to 4 inches deep. We're taking our direction for the grow bag potatoes from this book that I have called Grow Bag Gardening from Kevin Espiritu. He's a gardening YouTuber on a channel called Epic Gardening. I suggest you check him out. So if you're asking the question, how many potatoes can I grow in my grow bag? Well, it depends on how big it is. Kevin Espiritu suggests that you can do 1 potato for every 5 gallons. I have a 30-gallon grow bag, so I'm gonna do 6. So I'll take one French fingerling, 1 Amarosa, one Russian blue, and 1 Roko, and I'll put them around the outside. And then in the middle, because I have more of them, I'm going to take a couple more Rokos and put them in like that. Once you have your potatoes in, you're going to cover them with 3 to 4 more inches of soil. After you've covered them up, you can roll down the sides of your bag to let the sun in. Like that. And then once the foliage sticks up 15 centimeters or 6 inches out of the soil, you can do what's called hilling. So the plant will come up like this, about this high. Then you're gonna fill the bag higher, and as you go, over the course of you fill it up this high and you roll it up a bit, and then when the plants come back up, you fill it up more and more and more over the course of the summer. You hill it up a couple of times, and at the end it'll be that deep and full of soil, and the plants will be sticking out the top of it. Once potato plants begin to flower, that means that they've got new potatoes in the bulb. So the new potatoes are the really small, tender ones with thin skin. And then once they start to turn yellow and fall over, that's when they're ready to harvest. So that's it for our planting out of potatoes. Thank you so much for watching, and in the next video we'll show some more spring planting. Thank you.